Stop what you're doing, everybody. You have one mission right now, one mission alone. And that mission is you have to go to Discord and join Yangmeat Sing's new Discord channel. That's right, guys. The NDP leader in Canada now has a Discord. I think this happened about 6 weeks ago, it looks like, according to the Instagram post. But sometimes news travels slow, especially in Canada when you're not allowed to have news on social media. But hey, but seriously, yeah, I don't know. This is just weird to me. To me, Discord has always been like a weird fucking gamer thing, right? It's always been a place where gamers collect, and you have Discord servers for games, and it's where you chat with your gamer buddies, right? And it's just weird that politicians, like, it's not uncommon. Like, I know celebrities and all that kind of stuff, they have their own Discord sometimes. Like, like Kenny versus Spenny, for example. Kenny has his own Discord, but I don't know, something about a politician, a legit politician, having a Discord server is just weird to me. Because I mean, any of you guys that are on Discord, you know the fucking weird wumpus shit that goes on that platform, and I just see this being bad. I'm not on their Discord because I honestly don't give a shit. But I'll bet you if you go on that Discord, there'd be just a bunch of ridiculous shit and people getting banned. People getting banned left and right. There's people on a Instagram post going, "We got NDP Discord before GTA 6," and this guy says, "Get lost, you traitor," but he spelled traitor like TRADER. See, that just shows, guys, that I make fun of both sides. It's not just I don't just pick on the liberals and the conservative, or liberals and the NDP. This guy's obviously a conservative, but they're fucking retarded. Stupid. Sorry, I was going to use the R word, but I decided against it because I'm trying to be a better person, even though I'm not. But yeah, he says, "Get lost, you traitor," which is hilarious because he spelled it wrong. Actually, let's check out the... Oh, nobody corrected him. Except for one guy says, "To fuck that even mean?" I don't know. But yeah, I don't... This is just showing what's going to be on there. Oh, that's a very... Oh, that there's one comment that's I can't even say because it's very slurish. Not a good one. Put it that way. There's this guy that says, "I love egg meat," and then in brackets, "But I had a lobotomy and I'm dyslexic." Oh my god. But yeah, either way, guys, check out the NDP. They're now on Discord. Let's go, boys. Welcome, everybody, back to Novice Chessboard, episode number 117. It's coming to you on a Friday because Thursday was just not a good day this week, and I just kind of wanted to die. It's been a lot of that lately. But man, I gotta say, there has been a couple things in the news that have made me laugh. But I'm just gonna read this little kind of article that it's not really an article, but somebody basically cliff noted something that's happened in the world. Well, I think it's America. It might be Canada. Bakersfield. No, Bakersfield, I think, is America. Either way, a protester arrested inside Bakersfield City Council chambers Wednesday night is accused of 16 felony counts after she made a threatening comment to council members and the mayor. Riddhi Patel, 28, was arrested and booked into jail on suspicion of 8 counts of threatening with intent to terrorize, and another 8 counts of threatening certain city officials during her comments on enhanced security at the meetings. Ooh, gross. These upgrades. Talking about the upgrades, I guess. These upgrades, used on a trial basis at the previous city council meetings on March 28th, would permanently include metal detectors and bolstered security at future city hall meetings. They were unanimously approved by the city later in Wednesday's meeting. Yeah. So, anyways, maybe I'll just play the audio here. I don't think it's copyrighted or anything, but it's absolutely ridiculous. This girl, for those of you who don't know, it's this lady, Riddhi Patel. She's protesting, and she basically just goes on this whole rant saying that she's gonna kill people, and it's literally, this is the definition of fuck around and find out. Oh, sorry, still coughing, guys. Let's watch the audio. It should be here. Oh, and here we go.
And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you motherfuckers. You guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors? We'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
Yeah, so I cut it off there because after that, the audio just goes to her at trial. Because basically it's like, it's a meme of like how it started and how it's going. And at the beginning, she's doing those threatening things. And then after that, it's at her trial. But it's literally, it is the definition of fuck around and find out. Like, what the hell did you say? Like, she's just openly threatening people at this meeting because they're trying to upgrade the security. And she's saying like, oh, we'll kill you. It's like, what are you doing? But it's that, hit the mic. It's that invincibility, right? When you're young and you think you can't touch me. Doesn't matter what happens. But they have that kind of invincibility about themselves where they just think that they're young and full of spunk and nothing can go wrong. But it's like, yeah, it fucking can go wrong. And openly threatening and saying you're going to kill people is a big fucking deal. That's not, they tend to take threats seriously, and threatening people, especially directly, is it's a felony. I mean, hold on. Sorry, I might play a little bit of audio
And I
here.
hope.
Yep, there we go. Paused it quick enough. But yeah, like, what is it? 16 felony counts. Like threatening people. And like I said in the second video, she's just crying as she's getting sentenced. But it's like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Like, are you stupid? I'm trying to look at I'm looking for all the funny comments. Somebody's saying, how did she get multiple accounts for something she did one time? Oh, I see. Yeah. I actually, some guys are calling him stupid, but I actually kind of thought that was a good question. But I guess because she threatened several people, that it counts as like people, they individually can sue her. So that makes sense. This other guy said curry in a hurry. I'm guessing because she's Indian. I don't know how that relates to the story. But yeah, I don't know. This guy says no pro-Palestine group came to support her or save her. Yikes. I don't get it, man. Either way, I thought that was a funny story. Well, not funny. It's kind of sad in a way, but it's just, remember, people, it doesn't matter if you're young, old, whatever. The only time you can get away with shit like that is if you're a child. And even then, if you did it like that, they probably would throw the book at you in some way. So, watch your mouth. Don't be a fucking moron. It's gonna do it again there, guys. I always said it. But yeah, don't be a fucking moron, and you'll be fine. Either way, I was away last week, obviously. There was no podcast. I was at a disc golf tournament with my buddies. It was really fun. We drank a lot of beers. Just an ungodly amount of alcohol was consumed. And the only thing that would have made it better was if I wasn't sick. I had a couple sicknesses the last few weeks, but I've also had this malignant cough. I think I talked about it last week, but I'm not really sure what it is because it comes and goes. And what I'm possibly thinking is that it's allergy related. I honestly am starting to think it's allergy because there is an ungodly amount of pollen this year. And I know what you guys are thinking. Well, wouldn't you know if you're allergic to something? Well, this is funny. The funny thing is, I didn't notice either. But every like 3 to 5 to 7 years, it's every few years, or it could be several years. I don't know. But they said, like, basically you get a fucking Dungeons and Dragons roll. You get an RNG roll of the dice. And you can either lose an allergy or get an allergy or nothing. And I'm thinking that's what happened to me. I must have gained an allergy because, yeah, it's because this cough has been pretty much since the snow went away, and like we're just getting into big summer. Like we're transitioning from spring to summer, and that's when that cough kind of started. And yeah, I did have sniffles and all that shit. I had a kind of a cold going on for a while there, but even that could have been just a side effect of the allergies. Like maybe they're really bad then, because apparently I looked into it, and allergies you can have as much as like you can have a cough, sneezing, itchy eyes, all kinds of shit going on. But I don't know. I'm going to my doctor on Monday because I'm sick of this fucking cough. But I'm just gonna see if it's like, you know, if it's something wrong with me, if I have a lung infection, or if it's just a simple, sorry, you got the bad RG and you rolled out a pollen allergy or something like that. So, but I never knew that. I never knew that people, because you always hear about it, right? That people are like all of a sudden allergic to gluten, right, or dairy, something like that. Peanuts. Well, actually, I don't think I've ever heard of somebody all of a sudden becoming allergic to peanuts, but everything else, though, pretty much. So I think it's just one of those things that it can happen, and that's just a bad roll of the dice. But either way, I think it's probably fine, because the reason I think it's allergies is because it seems to be okay when I'm inside, or when I'm like when I sleep and I wake up in the morning. It's usually I'm good, but it's the moment I fucking step outside to start the day to do stuff that I start oh, excuse me, start coughing up. And it's just random. It's not very often, so I don't know. I think it has something to do with this stupid allergies. But either way, I'm gonna talk to my doctor on Monday, then do some allergy tests, and we'll go from there. But the disc golf tournament was awesome for my first tournament ever. Uh, I did shit. I'm not even gonna disclose how I did because it was not good. But we did win some awesome. We did win some awesome vodka bottles because we did drink the most booze, and the people honestly they just really liked us, and they're like, yeah, you guys technically won. There was like a glow round and a bunch of other like bonus stuff that you could play for fun, frickets if anybody's played that. And so we made sure our team took place in everything. We did everything that we could, and just to we just did it to be. We just wanted to play everything because it was fun. We didn't want to. We weren't trying to be the best, but you know, we were the best at participation. So we all got that participation medal, which was in the form of vodka bottles. So it's better than the purple ribbon I got at track meet when I was a kid. So yeah, I was part of the first generation to receive those participation medals, but they weren't medals for us. They were just purple ribbons. Think so. Anyway. I think red was first place, blue was second, green was third. And yeah, purple was like, thanks for coming out. I had a lot of purple, come to think of it. Not so good. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of track meet though, because I got heat stroke when I was like 10 years old. Started a whole fad. I spent like a whole a whole overnight, and I think maybe most of the second day in the hospital on a saline drip, like an IV, to get my hydration up. And it was when I also wet the bed still. So I just like was laying in. I remember this vividly. This is a random tangent, guys, but it's funny. I was just laying in bed, and then all of a sudden it's like the middle of the night, and I wake up. I don't know what time it was because it was just the middle of the night. And I'm in a hospital. This is before cell phones, but I'm just soaked. I'm fucking soaked. My gown is soaked, and I remember just like getting up and being like, oh no, because I didn't want it to happen. Because I knew when I was at home, I knew just cut off your liquids at 7 p.m. We'll get through this. But I'm in the hospital and I'm on a fucking IV drip to hydrate myself. So of course something's gonna go wrong. And then yeah, my whole bed's just like soaked. And I remember calling the nurse, and I'm like so embarrassed because, obviously I'm 10 or 11, whatever I was, and I should not be wetting the bed, but here I was. And That's why I like to tell these stories too, is because I like to destroy the stigma around it. Because there are a lot of people that have that bedwetting thing. I don't know if it's like an underdeveloped bladder. I actually don't know what the problem was, to be honest. We never really looked into it. My parents just had to fucking deal with it. And we did no liquids after 7 or whatever. So, it's just a problem we had. You got the rubber mattress protector, you're all good to go. But you wash your bedding every second time, but it's fun. But I just like to get rid of the stigma around it. For example, if you're a bedwetter, just embrace it, man. Embrace it. It's fine. You got some funny stories to tell later in life, like how your life is basically the water boy, where she's like, "That's his mattress right there." Mom, I'm begging you. He's got the piss mattress outside. Before we had the rubber sheet, that was my life, having a piss mattress hanging in the yard. Oh, those were the days. But yeah, either way, I woke up in the hospital, pissed myself, phone the nurse. I'm like, God damn. And she comes in, she's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I'm like, push on the bed and the liquid comes out. And she's like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of piss." I'm just laughing. She's like, "What happened?" I wet the bed. This happens at home all the time. And she's like, she was not as nice as a nurse should have been, but I think she was understanding. But she works with she had worked with a lot of senior citizens and stuff. So I'm sure she woke up to a lot of worse things in her bed. Well, not in her bed, in the hospital bed. So, I'm sure she's understanding of it, but I don't know, I was very embarrassed and fucking cold. I remember being very cold. Because if you've ever spent time in a hospital, those beds aren't very warm. You're lucky if they give you 2 blankets. I just had a little sheet, and yeah, it's pretty chilly. But we live and learn, guys. But back to yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, we literally don't know what happened to me with that whole bedwetting thing, because it was like when I was 13, I think, maybe 14. I think it was 13. I just stopped. All of a sudden, I just stopped wetting the bed, just randomly. Maybe my bladder matured. I I don't know, but I randomly stopped wetting the bed, and then I've been fine ever since. I actually don't think I've wet the bed since then at all. Like, not even from drinking. I know some guys who have wet the bed from drinking. Now, shit in the bed, on the other hand, done that a few times since. Like, I did that actually the week I turned 30. And that's how I knew that my 30s were just going to be a shit show. Because the day I woke up after my 30th birthday, I shit the bed because I tried to fart in bed and I shit my pants. So I was like, this is how it's going to go, eh? Yeah, here we go. But either way, shit stories aside, we had a good time at the tournament. We met a lot of cool people. I learned a lot. I'm absorbing what I learned through the tournament. I talked to some pros and talked to some other people. They helped me work on my form. And I think all in all, it was a net positive for my ability. And I learned a lot of cool things. The course was very tough. It's the Asshat tourney in Saskatchewan. It's near Saskatoon. And I think it's 40 kilometers south of Saskatoon about. But it's a river or prairie. I'm gonna just look up the Asshat tournament. You'll know where the course is. It's some sort of a river valley, something rather. But it was a tough course. Tough course. But I had a lot of fun, and it really did force me to learn some things on the fly that I would have never thought about doing, like tunnel skip shots and other long shots. Like, they had a lot of mandos, which is a mandatory route. So, like, say you have to shoot to the right of a post, or they had a bridge shot, which was really cool. You had to shoot through the bridge, or at least through the first 2 girders. And it was really, really cool. I loved it. The biggest downside I hated of that tournament was the amount of ticks. My God. Let me just say this. I've heard talk where I live everywhere. People talk about ticks here and ticks there. There's so many ticks everywhere. That kind of rhymed. I like that. But you know, the local parks where I live, people be like, "Oh, watch for ticks." I've never seen a tick ever, ever, never seen one. And then I go to this place, and they said, "Yeah, the ticks are bad." I said, "Yeah, okay, whatever." But I was playing, and then I got done my first round, and I pulled up my pant leg, and I had three of the motherfuckers on my socks. Now the whole time I was there, none of them latched onto me, thankfully. But like I have never before, I literally didn't even think ticks existed because everybody would tell me, yeah, they're everywhere, but they were never anywhere. I never saw them. But no, they're fucking real and they're creepy. I don't like them. But yeah, the first round I had two of them on me. I had a couple on my back and on my pants. I crushed some in the cabin. It was unreal. I never seen so many ticks in my life. It was kind of ridiculous. So I went from a guy that's never seen a tick in his life to now I go to that place and yeah, they're everywhere. And maybe paranoid for like a while afterwards. I'd be at home just chilling out, and then all of a sudden I'd feel like a little hair move on my leg, and I'd be like, "Ugh!" Like, what is it? Because yeah, like when I got home from the trip, I sat down, and then I felt like a creepy crawly on my back. I'm like, God damn it! I grabbed back there, and sure enough, there's a fucking tick there. I'm like, God damn it! I'm like, I can't introduce you to this ecosystem, so I threw him on the ground and crushed him. And that's the problem. They're tough fucking bastards too. They're tough sons of bitches. Like they don't like you can't just step on them. They'll live. You have to actually crush them with something flat. At the cabin, we're using like a ceramic. There's a ceramic ashtray they had outside. I was just rolling that shit over them. Like you need something that's gonna just kill them. But the funny thing is, after that first round, I sprayed the fuck out of myself with. I didn't have tick spray per se, but I had DEET, like bug spray with DEET in it, which DEET is supposed to be very effective at deterrent for ticks. So I didn't get any on me on the other rounds, thankfully. I don't know if that's because of the DEET spray or what, but it repels on the bottle. It says mosquitoes, but it says also ticks and black flies and shit. So I don't know. Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. But either way, disgusting creatures, and I couldn't believe the amount of them that were there. And then I brought one home with me. Somehow it got on me. Probably from the other guys I went with. They probably had some. So I don't know. I just oh god, I hate them because they're just creepy. But the one thing I will say for you who haven't experienced ticks, uh, believe me when I say you'll know when they're on you. You will know because a lot of people, myself included, before encountering them, I'm like, oh my god, what if you don't know they're on you? And to be fair, if they're on your clothes, yeah, you might not know. That's why you gotta get people to do a tick check on you. But they can't bite you on your clothes. You know, they can't bite you through your clothes. So it's when they're on your skin that they're dangerous. So but when they're on your skin, you will fucking know because they're not subtle. Like you could feel when a mosquito lands on you. A tick is like I don't know. It's like it's just a spider. They're an arachnid, right? So you just feel like a spider crawling on you, and it's very noticeable. So don't worry about that, guys. Unless you're paralyzed, you will definitely feel the little fuckers on you. Doesn't mean it's not gonna freak you out, but for those of you that are paranoid about not feeling them, oh, you will. The only place I could think of is maybe in your hair. You might not feel them, but I don't know. Either way, once they go to your scalp, you'll know them. Oh God, I'm getting itchy right now just thinking about this. I hate it. But yeah, either way, we had fun. This is kind of more of just an update podcast. There's not really much going on in the world right now. I was just gonna do a small short one here because I missed last week and I feel bad about that. I could have had time, but I was just so busy getting ready for the tournament. And I said, you know what? I need to get ready for this tournament and get shit together. So this is more of an update. Hopefully I have my shit more together next week and we have some better things to talk about. But either way, I definitely enjoyed catching up with you guys. I hope you guys got some entertainment value out of this. That's the story about that chick getting arrested. Is pretty. That was a pretty good one. Like that, I gotta say, that's just made my day. To be honest, I was just like, what are people doing? It's like we're acting with like there's no consequences in life. And the NDP Discord, hilarious, love it. And I have no problem with, you know, if they want to open a Discord server, it's fine. But all my gaming buddies, you know what happens on those servers. You know it's no good. We're all fucked in the head. So I should creep in on his server just to see if people are getting banned left and right. Because I'll bet you it's just fucked. Well, it's probably taken down already. It's been 6 weeks. The hackers on Discord have probably already eaten them alive. But either way, thank you guys as always for listening. I appreciate it. And remember, all links to social media are in the description below. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.